Boundaries, they're awesome. They really are. The more I heal and the more I realize what boundaries mean for me, I'm just realizing how awesome of a journey this is. Previously, I invested myself in things that I didn't need to, that were not my responsibility. And as I recognize the boundaries that I need for myself, that I'm setting, and what they mean for me, right? The recognition of the difference between somebody else's shit and mine, not taking on somebody else's shit because it's not mine, it's just amazing. It's some seriously stellar shit. It really is. And it's interesting too because sometimes, like if I'm in a situation with somebody, right, and I find myself kind of, because this happens, right? When you're healing, you kind of like you go back to default, right, to the way that things were before, because that's of course what's comfortable and familiar. This stuff is not just gonna happen overnight. Um, it takes time because you're dealing with years, decades of conditioning, right? But what I find myself doing is really just being present with myself. Just feeling into whatever it is that's going on inside of me. And that's really the most important thing because when I do that, I'm in touch with myself and I can make the best decision for myself. Yeah, boundaries are awesome because boundaries mean that I don't need to get consumed by other people's shit unnecessarily. Boundaries are awesome because it means that I recognize the difference between somebody else's shit and my shit. And when somebody tries to project onto me, I can recognize that it's their shit and not my shit. And that's what's most important here. That's really the most important thing about this entire journey of healing is knowing myself, is having that sense of self-awareness. That's really what transforms everything. But I'm having a great time with boundaries. I really am. I'm having a great time with having a great time, even if everyone else is not having a great time. I think that that's one of the most rewarding things about this entire healing process. My experiences of enmeshment previously taught me that I had to match everyone else's energy. It's not true. Doesn't matter what anyone else is feeling or doing. I can feel fantastic if I want to, even if everyone else is even if everyone else is having a shit show of a time. I can feel fine. I can have a great time. And yeah, I can I can hear a majority of the people that I know say to me, "That's really selfish." Yeah, no. What I'm doing is healthy, right? One of the biggest concerns that I have moving forward in the future is associating myself with people that are not responsible for themselves and for their shit. I have met plenty of people in my life that have just been not accountable or responsible for their own stuff. They project, they displace, they deflect, you know. And it's like, no, take care of your stuff and don't bring it to me because it's not my responsibility. It's really frustrating the amount of emotional immaturity out there. It really is. I'm not an exception, by the way. I'm still healing. I have my own shit, right? I default. Um, I really do, and I'm doing the best that I can to just step into the space of awareness that is just being me, being in my boundaries, setting boundaries, respecting them. Um, there are some instances where I'm not as healthy as I could be. I need to make that very clear because I understand how that can be misunderstood. Um, no, on this journey of healing, I am defaulting. I am moving forward, moving backward. it's all part of that. But I'm making this video because I'm really having a lot of fun with boundaries. And what I've experienced recently is that it really doesn't matter what anybody else is feeling. Um, I have learned high empathy, like crazy empathy. I'm highly attuned to people's emotions. Um, it's not that I'm learning to turn that off. I'm just learning to tune back into myself rather than, um, just getting consumed by all that stuff. Um, and also, just learning to do for me. Like I'm learning to try to trust people to communicate like what they need, and if I even have anything to do with that, um, how I can, you know, provide what is necessary and everything. Which, you know, it's interesting to me because a majority of the people that I've met in life seem like they can do. No, actually, I feel like they can do more things for themselves than they allow themselves to do for themselves. And it's actually very frustrating because, to an extent, I kind of learned that, right? And now at this point in my life, as I heal, I'm learning to be self sufficient. I don't think that people need as much as they think they need from other people. I would honestly question that. And I think that people can give themselves more things than they think they can, that they think other people need to give them, that they think that they need other people for to give them. Um, yeah. Society in general, I think, is exceedingly emotionally immature. There's a lot of projecting, there's a lot of displacing, there's a lot of unnecessariness. I've met very, 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 very few people that are actually healthy, safe, and stable, um, that know how to talk about things without attacking, which obviously points towards emotional immaturity. A lot of people did not get their emotional needs met growing up, in childhood, unfortunately. And as a result of that, they just never did the work to actually get themselves to a healthy point that they need to be. But you see it everywhere. But the reason why boundaries are so cool to me now is because boundaries are actually very scarce in society. They are. A lot of people don't have boundaries. A lot of people did not get what they need, get what they needed earlier on in childhood, and as a result of that, we see the dysfunctional bullshit that is the unhealthy society that we live in. It's very unhealthy. It really is. But yeah, I'm just doing the best that I can to continue boundaries and really just be with myself and just allow other people to go through whatever the fuck they're going through and just let them go through it. Not try to, oh, no, you don't need to do anything, Chris. Give them their space. If they need something from you, they will reach out to you. And also, if they need something from you, make sure that it's not unhealthy. Because people that don't have boundaries, that kind of feel like they can't do anything for themselves and they need other people, they're going to excessively reach out and it becomes unhealthy. So yeah, I'm learning about boundaries now. I mean, I've been learning about boundaries for a while, but I'm also learning about just allowing people to be in their shit and not trying to like rescue them or save them from it. And it's incredible because I can be having a great stellar time regardless, and I'm not selfish for that because their shit is not my shit. Simple as that.